Robert was a man who we met up by Mount Rainier, we being my dad and we saw this man come out of the mountains wearing no backpack. You thought I was going to say wearing nothing, but no, he was fully clothed. He also had a giant machete strapped to his hip. Not a lot of people have something like that when they're just going out and enjoying the great outdoors. Yeah, so we were, I think it was around South Puyallup River campground, around there. Beautiful day. We were down by the river, washing our face and our hair, and then out just came this man from the hills, and there was no trail up in these hills that he was coming down from. Just popped out of the woods. Hey guys, what you doing? Oh, hi. Enjoying the beautiful day. How are you? Oh, on a little adventure of my own. Yeah. Uh, we introduce ourselves. He introduces himself, Robert. Robert, it turned out, was after the legendary D.B. Cooper. Conspiracy theorists love the D.B. Cooper tale, which is basically this man who left from SeaTac just down the road, and he flew to Portland, I believe it was. But in this flight, he jumped out with some cash and a parachute, thankfully, and he was never found, evidently. So conspiracy theorists are like, oh, we're going to go find his cash, which I think back then was only like $100,000. It's probably not really worth devoting your entire life to finding only that amount of money. Inflation, poor guy. $1 million. Why didn't you tell me it's not a lot? So anyway, this man, he wanted to hire us to drive him around and search for DB Cooper's cash. And we were like, no, thank you. We're going to continue just with our little adventure of our own. All right, well, if you change your mind, I'll be around. Okay. Yeah. At that point, I actually remember looking around down by the creek and trying to find a good grapefruit sized rock in case I had to defend myself. He did not attack us, thankfully. But that was Robert. And when you're out in the middle of the woods, not only do you meet some really, really great people, but you meet some crazy people. And also, when you're alone and you're in a tent, some crazy thoughts can go through your mind. And so don't become a Robert when you're out in the woods. But seriously, if you've ever slept out in the middle of nowhere in a tent, you know what I'm talking about. These tricks that your mind can play on you. You know, like when you're just laying there and you hear a twig just snap and you're like, was that a bear? Was that a moose? Or was that a little chipmunk? A little chipmunk. Oh, let me tell you about this. The the little alcoholic chipmunk. That's the next story. Oh, dude.